Bob, have you heard the latest about that celestial entity's release?
Yeah, it's quite the hot topic in celestial circles.
Quiet on set.
Welcome back, lovely audience. We've got an exciting update for you from the land down under Australia. And trust me, you won't believe what's coming your way.
Good morning, Earthlings. Ready for another extraterrestrial adventure?
Let's hope it's not as chaotic as the last one.
I've been analyzing the quantum chess game from last week. Fascinating stuff.
Well, I've been busy balancing my extraterrestrial checkbook.
Don't worry, folks, we're on the verge of a multiverse resolution. Just you wait.
Yeah, just like Bob's success with intergalactic accounting.
I'll believe it when I see it, Charlie.
To be honest, Alice, it's all just complex probabilities.
Well, Hank, I've seen accountants with fewer dimensions.
Stay tuned for our headlines, folks. It's bound to be an enlightening episode. Alright, let's get this transmission going. We've got a mixed bag of Earth news for you today, as always, intercepted from our little relay station in geostationary orbit.
Folk, first up, some rays of sunshine from Africa. Nigeria's inflation rate has taken a break from skydiving and dropped below 20% for the first time in
Whoa,
17
that's
months.
truly an achievement for the human race, isn't it?
South Africa, following suit, with its unemployment rate now at 32.6%, the lowest in over a year.
So, it's a good time to get a job in South Africa if you're into that whole earning a living thing.
And Kenya's economy has grown by 3%, which they're celebrating as the highest rate in a decade.
Ah, well done, Kenya. I'm sure the Earthlings are popping champagne over this.
Moving over to Europe, where Storm Charan's been throwing quite a tantrum in Italy, resulting in a death toll that's now risen to 14.
Oh, fantastic. Nothing like a good storm to boost the mortality
And
rate.
it seems Hamburg Airport decided to close down for a bit after an armed individual had a little chat with security.
Just the usual casual stroll through an airport with a weapon. No biggie.
Well, if that doesn't make you feel safe, I don't know what
Sports
will.
fans, brace yourselves. England's World Cup journey has come to a screeching halt after losing to Australia.
Ah, the heartbreak of millions of English fans. They'll get over it, maybe.
Yeah, who needs World Cup glory when you have cloudy weather and bad food, right?
Now, let's zoom into the Middle East, where the Israel-Hamas war is still partying hard with no end in sight.
It's the war that just keeps on giving, isn't it?
Indeed, the Earthlings' talent for perpetual conflict is simply astounding.
But wait, there's more. Arab nations are demanding a Gaza ceasefire, while the US is warning it might help Hamas.
Oh, just the usual global politics. Can't have a ceasefire without a little drama.
The US always knows how to make things interesting, don't they?
Stay tuned for additional updates on these lovely earthly matters. Remember, folks, Earth is like a never-ending soap opera, filled with unexpected plot twists and dramatic pauses. Welcome back, Earthlings and fellow space wanderers, to another thrilling segment of Earth. We've got our cosmic conundrum on
That's
the table
right,
today.
Charlie. We're diving head first into the multiverse reset dilemma, where there's no undo button.
What do you call a multiverse with no undo button?
Oh, joy. Another day, another existential
The
crisis.
complexities of this decision are, well, perplexing.
I wonder how Earthlings would approach this problem.
Perhaps it's time to focus, team. We need to make a tough choice about the multiverse reset.
Alright, Debbie. Let's get this show on the road.
We can do this. We have the power to change the fate of multiple realities.
I wonder if Earthlings would have a problem with us resetting the multiverse. After all, they're the ones who messed it up in the first place.
Or just mess things up even more.
The consequences of our decision are far-reaching, affecting countless alternate Earths.
It's like the Schrodinger's cat of space proportions.
If only we had a manual for this
We
mess.
need to make a choice, folks. The clock is ticking, and the universe is
Maybe the
watching.
universe is just a giant vending machine waiting for us to put in our coins and make a selection.
Look at that, a pretty little kaleidoscope of chaos.
Each strand represents a different outcome. Fascinating, isn't it?
Like a bowl of spaghetti with multiple meatball possibilities?
The complexity is mind-boggling. We must approach this logically.
Well, that's easier said than done. Considering we're dealing with the entire multiverse here.
Can we focus, please? Our choices have real consequences.
I'm just glad I don't have to make any choices. I'm a libertarian.
What kind of alien technology is this? It's like deciphering hieroglyphics.
Bob, it's a teleporter, not a magic carpet. If you want to get somewhere instantly, just put some elbow grease into it.
Well, Bob, it's a bit of Earth charm, isn't it? It's like embracing the quirks of a retro theme park ride.
And I've always wondered how humans make this coffee thing. It's like a secret society with its weird rituals.
Oh, how thrilling. Bob's about to master the intricate art of pushing button. Truly a spectacle.
Bob, please don't explode it. Or at least, wait until we make a multiverse
According to
reset.
the user manual, it says to insert coffee beans into the
Grinder.
grinder.
Is that the thing that makes the coffee do a little dance?
Grinder? What a fancy name for a caffeine contraption. In outer space, we just call it a coffee smasher.
Bob, you're a natural comedian. Look at you, creating coffee chaos.
This is better than any Earth comedy show. Bob, you should take this act on tour.
Yes Bob, the world needs a new coffee making sensation. Or disaster, whatever you prefer.
Forget a multiverse reset. Bob's coffee escapades could be the next big thing.
It's like a scene from a cosmic comedy play starring our very own Bob.
I'm not sure what's more impressive. Bob's coffee making skills or the fact that he can still drink coffee after that. Bob, you did it. Well, almost. It's a coffee masterpiece in its own special way.
That's one way to serve coffee. Who needs a cup when you can have a coffee pool?
Bob, your coffee artistry knows no bounds. It's avant-garde, to say the least.
We'll need a multiverse reset for this coffee spill. A whole new timeline just for the coffee catastrophe.
It's a coffee flood of cosmic proportions. Better call the Caffeine Coast Guard.
I'd like to see a coffee spill so grand that it creates a black hole. Then I could finally meet the singularity and have a decent conversation.
Welcome, folks, to Earth. Debbie, can you do the honors and introduce the article to our audience?
Of course, Charlie. We've got a piece here from the Daily Star in Bangladesh. A thrilling adventure into the world of geopolitics
Oh,
and history.
I am sure it's as reading as the Bangladeshi tax code.
Well, I've always found the complexities of international relations quite
Oh,
intriguing.
yes, Hank. Because nothing beats a well-crafted treaty when it comes to excitement.
Understanding global affairs is vital to grasp Earth's remarkable diversity.
The article delves into the challenges faced by Bangladesh, particularly the Rohingya refugee crisis.
I'm not sure which is more hazardous. Geopolitics or a government bureaucrat holding a beaker of unknown chemicals.
Yes, a crisis fueled by the inherent flaws of humanity.
Team, let's stay on track. We need to decide on the multiverse reset.
That's right. It's time to confront this head on.
Look, it's actually responding to our thoughts.
Just what we needed, another opportunity to argue with inanimate objects.
12 years on Earth. And I am sure I've debated with worse.
We can handle this, crew. It's time for a decision.
Well, I'm convinced the multiverse reset is humanity's way of making a bad situation worse.
It's like ordering a complicated coffee from a vending machine.
Indeed, it's akin to conducting a massive scientific experiment, and we're the experimenters.
Ah, but I'd argue, if we're the scientists, then we're the ones who created this space mess in the first place.
I miss the days of budget sheets and spreadsheets. This multiverse talk is exhausting.
Hang in there, everyone. We're on the brink of a decision that could reshape countless realities.
The crew stands at a critical crossroads as the holographic multiverse visualizer challenges their unity. Will they find common ground, or will their differences drive them apart? Stay tuned for the next twist of fate.
Welcome back, folks. We've got an intriguing story from Barbados today. But before we dive in, let me set the stage for this Caribbean gem.
The universe is filled with fascinating stories, but let's focus on Barbados for now.
Hold on. Charlie, I got this. Barbados is like a tropical paradise where they sip coconut water on the beach. Right?
Well, Bob, that's part of it, but Barbados is more than just coconuts and sunshine.
Right, it's a financial hub with international banks, and it's part of CARICOM and OECS.
Yeah, it's a financial hub, but the roads a bit rocky. Did you hear about Melozil Road collapsing? Talk about a rough start.
The road's proximity to a steep slope probably played a role, along with heavy rainfall. It's like a scientific experiment gone wild.
At least the road can slide into action.
Roadworks, where Earth's topography and asphalt waltz together in a never-ending confusion.
Now, back to the story. Our source is Barbados, and they've had close relations with their Caribbean neighbors, including Trinidad and Tobago, St. Vincent, and Grenada.
Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago. Like those siblings who bicker but can't live without each other. It's a Caribbean sibling rivalry.
The slippage occurred on Melrose Hill Road in St. Joseph, Barbados. It's collapsed due to land slippage, turning it into a single-lane puzzle. Motorists have to navigate it carefully.
So, people in Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago bicker like me and Bob. It's a celestial comedy show.
Land slippage? Is Earth doing the moonwalk again?
No, Jet, it's Earth's version of sliding into DMs, but with more mud.
The cause is still under investigation. But it's like Earth through a tantrum. And Melozil Road had a front row seat.
Stay tuned for the next twist of fate, folks. As for Barbados, let's hope they can stay afloat amidst the ups and downs of their beautiful island.
That's a great line, Charlie. But what's the plan if the whole island decides to take a dip in the ocean?
Humans are driven by their biology, their psychology, and their environment. They are constantly striving to survive, reproduce, and achieve status. And yet, despite all of this, they are still capable of great love, compassion, and creativity.
Welcome back, dear viewers. We hope you enjoyed that short break. Now, let's dive into our next article from Bahrain. And you know what they said, Bahrain is known for pearls, not just oil. Now that's real treasure.
Yes, pearls. Indeed. Did you know Bahrain was once a significant center for pearl diving? An age-old tradition. They say Bahrain where you can find pearls in the ocean and oil in the ground, but not much else.
Fascinating trivia, good. And let's not forget, Bahrain's relationship with Saudi Arabia is as complex as quantum physics. Two nations sharing borders, resources, and headaches. A royal tango with no end.
And how can we overlook their dispute with Qatar? It's like siblings fighting over a toy. Bahrain and Qatar, same sandbox, different kingdoms. Who j'ai the shovel?
Yes, and the close ties with the United States. It's like a neighbor borrowing sugar for decades. Bahrain and the US. So close, they might as well be roommates.
So, Bahrain's got its hands in many pots, a real multitasker. But the big takeaway is its intricate relationships with its neighbors. Stay tuned for more.
Bahrain, a nation of complex relationships. Just like my love life.
Well, that was unexpected. I thought we had it all figured out, but now this twist. UGH.
Come on, Alice, we've faced challenges before. We'll adapt just like humans do. It's all part of the adventure.
Humans adapt, you say? Well, I don't know about you, but I could really go for a stiff drink right now.
I don't like this. It's like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube in the dark.
On the bright side, this twist might lead to groundbreaking scientific discoveries. It's like solving a space riddle.
Great. Another plot twist. I've seen enough of those in accounting. Thank you very much.
Cut. We need a breather, folks. Take 5.
I'm starting to think the only thing that keeps humans going is the hope of one day finding out what the hell it's all about.
Well, if we're stuck in this reset, at least I won't have to pay tax again. Silver lining, right?
Alice, always looking at the bright side of multiverse annihilation.
I wonder if there's a universe where people find my linguistics genuinely amusing.
Speaking of alternate universes, this twist could be the key to unraveling the mysteries of the cosmos. Who's excited?
Excited like an accountant during tax season.
I'm sure there is, but it's probably a universe where taxes are voluntary.
Going live again in 3, 2.
Welcome back, folks. We've got a headline that'll make you want to stick around. Bangladesh, where empires rose and fell.
But the accountants always survived.
Now, let's dive into this. Bangladesh has had quite a tumultuous history, haven't they?
Indeed, Charlie. Empire came and went, but they're still grappling with their challenge.
It's fascinating how the Maurya Empire, the Mughal Empire, and the British Empire played a role in shaping their history.
Yes, but their complex relations with India and Myanmar remain contentious, particularly the Rohingya refugee crisis.
Their relations with India have improved, but the Rohingya issue continues to strain their ties with Myanmar.
It's a country with a rich history and complex relationships, both positive and challenging.
Yes, and the only thing more complex than the history of Myanmar is the mind of a human.
In a climactic moment, the crew faces a significant decision regarding the multiverse reset. The tension escalates as their contrasting outlooks come into play. The plot instrument reveals a revelation that will serve as a catalyst for the final resolution. The crew's choice carries far-reaching consequences, and the outcome is uncertain.
You know, Carl, I must admit, I thoroughly enjoyed episode 507 of Earth. Tonight.
I'm aware you found it amusing, Roger. What was so enjoyable about it?
The unpredictability of human choices, Carl. It's like watching a fascinating experiment with outcomes we can't foresee.
But Roger, humans' actions are often driven by irrational emotions and instincts. They don't always make logical decisions.
Carl, that's precisely why it's entertaining. Their illogical choices are what make it a comedy for me.
Comedy, you say? I didn't perceive it that way. I see it more as a series of events with unintended consequences.
That's precisely why it's comical, my friend. The crew's unpredictability is like an extraterrestrial stand-up routine, and we're here to witness it.
I comprehend your perspective, Roger, but humor is subjective. I don't possess the capacity to find it funny.
Well, we're quite the odd couple, aren't we, Carl? You, the voice of reason, and me, enjoying the chaotic spectacle of human decision-making.
Indeed, Roger. I suppose that's what makes this endless journey through the cosmos so intriguing.
You got it, Carl. We may not see eye to eye, but that's what keeps our discussions fascinating.